Reaching 80 is an incredible milestone, one that many people never achieve. However, living a long life doesn't just happen by chance. It requires more than just good genes or luck. It requires awareness of the hidden factors that can quietly work against our health as we age. While most people focus on staying physically active, eating healthy and avoiding major illnesses, there are silent forces that can undermine our longevity and quality of life. These forces are often invisible, working quietly in the background without obvious symptoms until the damage is already done. In this video, we'll uncover the 4 major health reasons most people struggle to live beyond 80 and offer actionable insights on how to fight back against them. These aren't just theoretical concepts, they are backed by decades of medical research and real-life experiences. By understanding these reasons, you can take proactive steps to maintain your strength, independence, and peace of mind for as long as possible. Let us dive into these hidden health dangers that many older adults unknowingly face and learn how to protect ourselves from them. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, it is never too late to start making changes that will help you thrive well into your 80s and beyond. Reason 1: silent inflammation that accelerates aging. One of the most insidious and hidden threats to health, especially after the age of 80, is chronic low-grade inflammation, a condition commonly referred to as inflammaging. Unlike the inflammation you might notice after an injury like a sprained ankle or a cut, inflammaging occurs inside the body, silently and gradually. It starts with subtle changes that often go unnoticed, such as fatigue, joint stiffness, or brain fog. But over time, this chronic inflammation silently damages cells, tissues, and organs throughout the body, accelerating the aging process. The human body has a remarkable ability to fight inflammation, but as we age, the body's defense system becomes less efficient. Inflammaging affects nearly every part of the body, contributing to heart disease, arthritis, cognitive decline, and even frailty. Yet, many older adults don't realize they are living with it until the damage becomes severe enough to affect their daily lives. The signs are often ignored or dismissed as just a part of aging, but they are actually the results of prolonged inflammation that has gone unchecked. The causes of inflammaging are multifaceted. Poor diet, high in processed foods and sugars, contribute significantly to inflammation. Chronic stress also plays a major role in triggering and maintaining inflammation in the body. Lack of physical activity, which is common in older adults, worsens this process. Additionally, environmental factors such as pollution, exposure to toxins, and smoking further exacerbate the issue. These factors combine over years and decades, creating a perfect storm for inflammation to take root and slowly destroy the body from within. Take George, an 82-year-old man, for example. He had always considered himself healthy. He didn't smoke, drank alcohol only occasionally, and took daily walks. His blood work was normal, and he felt he was living a fairly balanced lifestyle. However, despite his seemingly healthy habits, George found himself becoming more tired, stiff, and foggy as the years passed. His energy levels were lower than before, and he struggled with a lack of focus. It wasn't until George went to see a specialist for his increasing discomfort that he discovered he had high levels of inflammatory markers in his blood. His doctor explained that these markers were an indication of chronic low-grade inflammation. This silent inflammation was quietly causing significant damage in his body without him even realizing it. The frightening thing about inflammaging is that unlike other health issues that manifest quickly, it doesn't reveal itself right away. It's only after years of low-level inflammation that the symptoms become apparent, and by then, the damage has already been done. For George, it wasn't until his later years that he began to feel the effects of this gradual breakdown in his body. Inflammation had contributed to a decline in his muscle strength, joint health, and even his cognitive function. The impact of chronic inflammation is far-reaching. It increases the risk of dementia and cognitive decline, as it affects the brain's ability to function optimally. It weakens the immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections. It accelerates the aging of the heart, raising the likelihood of cardiovascular problems. It also contributes to joint pain and muscle weakness, both of which are leading causes of falls in older adults. Essentially, inflammation silently chips away at your body's resilience, leading to a decline in strength, mobility, and mental clarity. But here's the good news. Combating inflammation is not as difficult as it may seem. In fact, some of the most effective strategies to reduce inflammation are simple and free. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is diet. Eating whole, unprocessed foods that are rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and omega-3 fatty acids can help fight inflammation. Fruits and vegetables, especially those high in color like berries, spinach, and kale, are known for their anti-inflammatory properties. Fatty fish like salmon, which is high in omega-3s, has been shown to reduce inflammation significantly. Adding spices such as turmeric and ginger to your meals also provides powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Exercise is another key factor in reducing inflammation. Regular physical activity, such as walking, swimming, or yoga, helps to keep inflammation levels in check by improving circulation and strengthening muscles. Movement also helps regulate the production of cytokines, the proteins that contribute to inflammation in the body. It is important to note that even a small amount of regular physical activity can make a significant difference in managing inflammation and reducing its harmful effects. Stress management is also crucial. Chronic stress exacerbates inflammation, so finding ways to manage and reduce stress can have a profound impact on inflammation levels. Practices like meditation, deep breathing exercises, and mindfulness can help calm the nervous system and reduce the production of stress hormones that trigger inflammation. Getting adequate sleep is also essential as the body repairs itself during rest. Lack of sleep can lead to higher levels of inflammation, further weakening the body's defenses. George's journey is a reminder that inflammation doesn't have to be an inevitable part of aging. By making mindful choices to eat better, stay active, manage stress, and get adequate sleep, you can prevent or even reverse some of the effects of chronic inflammation. While you may not be able to stop the aging process, you can certainly slow it down by addressing the silent inflammation that accelerates it. The key takeaway here is that inflammation is a powerful force working against your body as you age, but it is not unstoppable. By taking proactive steps to reduce inflammation, you can maintain your strength, improve your overall health, and live a longer, more vibrant life. Reason 2. Muscle loss that leads to weakness and falls. As we age, one of the most noticeable physical changes is the gradual loss of muscle mass. This process, known as sarcopenia, is a natural part of aging that begins as early as the age of 30, but accelerates significantly after the age of 60, with an even more pronounced decline after 80. For older adults, this loss of muscle can become a major risk factor for a variety of health issues, including frailty, falls, and a decrease in overall quality of life. Muscle loss doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that often begins subtly. For example, you might notice that simple tasks like opening a jar or standing up from a chair take more effort than before. Climbing stairs may feel a bit harder, and you may begin to avoid certain physical activities because they seem too challenging. At first, the changes are small, and you might not think much of them. But over time, as muscle mass decreases, so does your strength, balance, and overall stability. These changes can leave you more vulnerable to injury, particularly falls, which become more dangerous as we age. For older adults, muscle mass is not just about strength. Muscles play a crucial role in maintaining balance, supporting the joints, stabilizing the spine, and regulating metabolism and blood sugar levels. When muscle mass decreases, these important functions are impaired. Without strong muscles, maintaining proper posture becomes more difficult, and movements become slower and less coordinated. As a result, the risk of falls increases dramatically. Take Frank, a man of 84, who had always considered himself active and healthy. Frank was still living alone and maintained an independent lifestyle, but one day while walking across his living room, he tripped on a rug and fell, breaking his hip. It wasn't until after the fall that Frank realized how much strength he had lost over the years. His balance had been slowly deteriorating, but he hadn't noticed it because the changes had been so gradual. The impact of a fall, especially after 80, is profound. A fall can result in broken bones, hospitalization, and weeks, if not months, of recovery. This recovery process often leads to further muscle loss, a condition known as bed rest syndrome, where staying in bed for long periods causes even more weakness and muscle atrophy. The loss of muscle strength creates a vicious cycle. Falling leads to more time spent in bed, which leads to more muscle loss, which increases the likelihood of falling again. This is the reality for many older adults, but the good news is that muscle loss is not inevitable. It can be slowed, and in some cases, it can be reversed. Maintaining muscle mass is crucial for independence and longevity. It is not about building large muscles like a bodybuilder. It is about staying strong enough to perform everyday activities safely and effectively. The key to preserving muscle mass is consistent exercise. Strength training, even at a low intensity, can significantly help maintain and build muscle. Resistance exercises, such as lifting light weights, using resistance bands, or even performing body weight exercises like squats and lunges, can be incredibly effective. It's important to start slowly and gradually increase the intensity as strength improves. Engaging in these exercises 2 to 3 times a week is sufficient for most older adults to see significant improvements in muscle strength. Additionally, regular aerobic exercise such as walking, swimming, or cycling helps maintain cardiovascular health and overall stamina, which further contributes to better muscle function and balance. Maintaining a healthy weight is also essential for supporting muscle function. Excess weight can put unnecessary strain on the joints, while being underweight can lead to a greater loss of muscle mass. Protein intake plays a vital role in muscle preservation. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at synthesizing protein, which is essential for muscle growth and repair. To combat this, older adults should ensure they are consuming adequate amounts of protein each day. Sources of high-quality protein include lean meats, poultry, fish, eggs, dairy products, legumes, and plant-based protein sources like tofu and lentils. Aside from exercise and diet, stretching is another key component in maintaining muscle health and flexibility. Gentle stretching exercises can help improve mobility, reduce stiffness, and increase muscle flexibility, which is crucial for maintaining balance and preventing falls. Stretching should be done daily to keep muscles long and flexible, which helps with overall movement and stability. While muscle loss is a natural part of aging, it doesn't have to define your life. By taking active steps to preserve and strengthen your muscles, you can maintain independence, reduce your risk of falls, and improve your overall quality of life. The goal is not only to live longer, but to live better, with strength, mobility, and vitality. Reason 3. Poor sleep. That weakens the body and mind. Sleep is one of the most fundamental elements of good health, yet as we age, many older adults struggle to get quality rest. Sleep patterns change naturally with age, but for many, these changes aren't just an inconvenience. They have a significant impact on both physical and mental health. After 80, the effects of poor sleep become even more noticeable, contributing to a variety of health issues that can significantly reduce quality of life. As we age, the amount of deep, restorative sleep we get tends to decrease. Many older adults find themselves waking up several times throughout the night, which interrupts the body's ability to enter the deep sleep stages that are critical for healing and recovery. These interruptions can lead to sleep deprivation, which in turn affects cognitive function, energy levels, immune health, and overall physical well-being. Take Alice, for example. She is 86 and had always thought of waking up several times during the night as a normal part of aging. After all, she had heard from friends and family that it was something everyone experienced as they got older. However, over time, Alice began to notice some troubling changes. Her memory was slipping, she felt more fatigued during the day, and she became increasingly irritable. When she visited her doctor, she learned that her sleep issues weren't just normal aging. They were affecting her mental and physical health. Her doctor explained that poor sleep, especially disrupted sleep, could lead to problems like memory loss, reduced cognitive function, weakened immune responses, and even higher stress levels. Sleep is essential for the body's natural healing processes. It's during deep sleep that the brain clears out waste products, consolidates memories, and refreshes itself for the next day. The immune system also resets during sleep, producing the necessary cells and proteins to fight off infections. Without adequate sleep, these vital processes are disrupted, leading to a decline in overall health. Many people assume that poor sleep is just something that comes with age, but this isn't entirely true. While sleep patterns do naturally shift, there are ways to improve sleep quality, even in your 80s and beyond. The key is to establish good sleep habits and stick to them. It's not about sleeping more hours, it's about sleeping better, which can make a world of difference in how you feel throughout the day. One important step is maintaining a consistent bedtime routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Creating a sleep-friendly environment is another critical factor. This means making sure the bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool, conditions that promote restful sleep. Avoiding caffeine and alcohol in the evening is also essential, as both can disrupt the sleep cycle and prevent the body from entering deep sleep. Light movement during the day can also help promote better sleep at night. Gentle activities like walking, yoga, or even stretching can help relax the body and prepare it for rest. And while naps can be beneficial for some, they should be limited in duration and taken earlier in the day to avoid interfering with nighttime sleep. The role of sleep in overall health cannot be overstated. Sleep is the foundation of cognitive function, physical health, and emotional well-being. If you've been struggling with sleep, it's important to understand that there are steps you can take to improve it, and doing so can help preserve your strength, cognitive clarity, and immune function. By making sleep a priority and following these practical tips, you'll be able to enjoy a better quality of life in your later years. Reason 4. Loneliness and the loss of daily purpose. As people age, particularly after the age of 80, one of the most significant but often unspoken health challenges they face is loneliness. The isolation that many older adults experience is not just emotional but also physical, contributing to a range of health problems that can shorten life expectancy and reduce quality of life. The loss of loved ones, reduced mobility, and the decline of social roles all play a part in increasing the risk of loneliness in seniors. Unfortunately, loneliness doesn't only affect the heart emotionally, it has real and profound effects on the body and mind. Loneliness has been linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular disease, weakened immune function, and cognitive decline. Studies show that social isolation increases the risk of mortality, often surpassing the risks associated with smoking and obesity. When we are isolated, we miss out on the daily interactions that help maintain our mental and emotional health. This lack of connection leads to a sense of purposelessness, which can be just as damaging as physical illness. Take Bill, for example, an 88-year-old man who lost his wife 5 years ago. His children live far away, and he spends most of his days watching TV and making meals for himself. While he manages to keep his house tidy, he admits that some days pass without him speaking to anyone. He doesn't feel the need for much social interaction, but what he misses most is the sense of being needed, of having someone waiting for him, of knowing his presence matters. What Bill experiences is common among older adults. As we age, our social roles often diminish. In younger years, we are busy with work, raising families, and engaging in our communities. But after retirement, the loss of these roles can lead to a deep sense of loneliness and a lack of daily purpose. This is where the mental and physical health impacts start to take root. Studies have shown that a lack of social connection leads to depression, higher levels of stress, and even a decrease in overall cognitive function. A sense of purpose is essential for emotional and physical well-being. Having a reason to get up in the morning and feeling that your life matters can make all the difference in how you approach the day. For many, purpose can come from family, hobbies, or work. But when these things diminish, it's easy to fall into a mental and physical decline. The good news is that combating loneliness and finding purpose is possible at any age. Even in the later years of life, it is never too late to cultivate new connections and find new purposes that bring meaning and joy. The key is to take small, intentional steps toward re-engaging with life. This might mean reaching out to family members, joining social or community groups, or even volunteering for causes you care about. Purpose doesn't need to come from a big achievement or a busy schedule. It can come from small daily activities that make you feel connected to the world around you. For example, simple tasks like gardening, writing letters to loved ones, or helping a neighbor with errands can provide a sense of purpose and direction. Even something as simple as talking to a friend on the phone or taking care of a pet can give you the feeling that your presence matters. When you take these small steps, they have a profound effect on both your emotional and physical health. Reaching out and engaging with others combats loneliness and brings a sense of community and connection. For seniors, fighting loneliness is not just about having a companion, but about feeling part of something bigger. The act of connecting with others, whether it's through family, friends, or the community, can help reignite the spark of life and with it, a renewed sense of strength and purpose. By making an effort to reach out and engage socially, seniors can create meaningful relationships and reclaim their sense of identity. It's about finding joy in the little things, making a difference in the lives of others, and realizing that even in later years, you have the power to shape your life in meaningful ways. In fact, staying connected and finding purpose may just be the most important thing you can do to ensure a long, healthy, and fulfilling life after 80. Reaching the age of 80 is a remarkable milestone, but living well beyond it requires more than just time. It requires understanding the forces that quietly work against our bodies as we age. The 4 hidden health reasons we've discussed, silent inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, and loneliness, are not only the leading causes of health decline, but also the factors that make it difficult for many to enjoy a long, vibrant life after 80. The good news is that all of these issues are preventable, manageable, and in many cases, reversible. By making simple lifestyle changes, staying proactive about your health, and addressing these issues early, you can significantly improve your chances of staying healthy, independent, and full of vitality well into your later years. Living beyond 80 with strength and independence is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of choices. By staying informed about the challenges posed by aging and taking action to manage them, you can continue to enjoy life to its fullest, maintain strong relationships, and keep pursuing the activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Remember, the most important thing you can do is not wait for these health issues to sneak up on you. Start today. Improve your diet, get moving, prioritize your sleep, and build meaningful connections with those around you. Take control of your health, and you can shape a future that's not just long, but full of quality, strength, and purpose. Age is just a number, and with the right habits, the best years of your life may still lie ahead. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this video helpful. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments. What actions are you going to take to protect your health as you age? We'd love to hear from you.